Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux and another supporters stream. We got Dan on today. If anyone else is going to jump on, I'm not sure, but we'll see. We might still need to go in and figure out a better time frame for this. But greetings, everybody. How's it going, Dan?
It's going pretty fine if I can get the double talk shut off. Okay, there
Oh,
we go.
double talk.
Yeah, the
Who's
the
double talking?
boomerang,
All
the
right.
boomerang effect.
All right, yeah. So it'll be fun day today. I got some I talk, some new hardware in here. I got a new monitor arm over here, so I can put the one monitor way out of the way and put the camera in between the two monitors again for production. Way better. It was so hard running the live streams with the camera on the far end. So I'm able to fix that up now. Also got in the pure heatsink Raspberry Pi case. This guy is a solid chunk of metal, aluminum. And then I got another guy in here, which was only I think this one was either 13 or 15 bucks. It actually comes with a 3-volt power switch capable adapter and some internal fans. Looks pretty cool. So we'll be putting those on some Raspberry Pis here soon. But yeah, we're here, a little celebratory mode. Should be crossing this week. We should be crossing our 50,000 subscriber mark. And we're probably just 1 or 2 days out from it. So I'll tell you, it's been a fun trip. And so let's go ahead and fix the Jitsi line there. And I gotta say, I thank you guys for sticking around with the insanity. We're gonna go back and look at some of the early videos that you guys have probably never seen because they only have a couple hundred videos, if that.
All right, you
So
sandbaggers out
um,
there, go and hit that bell and
that,
the subscribe button.
yeah,
We
there you
need it
go. There you
bad.
go. But yeah, it's surprising when you start something up and you start up a new project. And I remember way back when I was mentoring kids back in when I lived out west, and the one of them's like, "I should start a YouTube channel." I'm like, "What's that even about? How do you even do that?" And we were talking a little bit about that kind of stuff, and so it's like, yeah, whatever. I never really thought much more about it. And then a couple years later, I moved back out here, and in lieu of anything else going on, I threw my spare computer on the TV and threw up YouTube. Prior to that, I really hadn't watched any YouTube for years and years. I mean, occasionally I'd throw on like the odd and ends video, and then eventually I was like, I bet I could do that. And you never think you're going to hit like 50,000 subscriber mark. And if we've had our ups and downs, we're kind of on a down line right now. We're picking up like 30 subs a day, I think, which is not a lot for a large channel. But then I look at guys like Eli, the computer guy, with his millions, and I still get, comparable views to him. I'm like, well, at least it's not that, but he does do some interesting content as well. And I've actually chatted with him before. And the other thing is I've gotten a chance to watch some of the best other YouTubers kind of in the area. I remember when Chris Titus started and he and I did a show, and of course back then I had more subs than he did, and then he passed me by. And then DistroTube's out there as well, and then oh man, there's so many. Rob Braxton, I remember when he started out. Yeah, go ahead.
I remember when them guys first got started too.
Yeah. And I'm not mad they're passing me by. That's cool. A lot of it for me is I have a lot of other things I'm doing. And so if I had dedicated more and more time to this one specific focus channel, I might have grown it faster. But to be honest, that's okay. I have other fish to fry in here. So, but I do want to thank everybody for coming around and for jumping on. And who knows, maybe we'll get to 50,000 by the end of the day, but I'm not sure. We were about 30 or 40 off from that. Maybe 20 or 30 off from that now. I don't know. We're pretty close. But yeah, any other comment there, Dan, before we jump into comments?
Morgan?
Yeah,
we hear you very faintly, Mark.
Okay, gotcha. Let me see. I gotta turn this the right way here. Okay, is that better?
Hey, that's a little bit better. Yeah, how's it going, Mark?
I'll turn up my volume a little bit on the mixer. Going good.
Right.
Just been stressful all week and all last week and all the week before.
I hear that. That's
going
for sure.
through growing pains, Tom. I'm really like I've grown a little bit. I am been switching software so much. it worries me to death because I get to the door and I'm having to change stuff too much for the customer, and it
Mm-hmm.
bothers me because it's too much for my
Yeah,
customer.
I'm dealing with a couple of little odds and ends like that right now. Um, the way the cPanel licensing changed, it costs now an arm and a leg. I think I have to sacrifice 2 children to keep running cPanel, but
Yeah,
it works so well, and so I'm splitting half my customers on ISP config and half them on cPanel. I got one customer, it's SSL's not working, and I can't figure it out because it's working for me and it's working for the rest of the internet. It's just him and the tech guy can't get that guy figured out, and I have no earthly idea why. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight, digging into that a little bit deeper, and little odds and ends. But yeah, changing software sometimes sucks, but it is absolutely
necessary.
essential.
Yeah,
Yeah. One of the things I'm working on right now is, that Windows 7 computer is hanging on by the thread. It will eventually die, and I need to jump off of QuickBooks, which is what I'm using to manage one of my companies. And then I'm playing with accounting, and I'm thinking, man, accounting is so good, I might just switch everything over into accounting. So we'll figure that out. Thank you for that super chat, Dan. Always appreciate that.
Yeah, buddy. Congratulations.
All right, yeah, it's an accomplishment, and we'll talk a little bit. Let's get into the comments here. Jeffrey's on Moonbase Off Grays. Take me to your leader. How's it going there? Fairnos, how's it going there? Sleepy, greetings. Rick Forges, how's it going there? Mitchell, also another thank you for that super chat. Awesome, big day. Guys paying rent today. I'm telling you. Mr. Tech Guy, hello. Is it Steyer? How's it going there? And following your channel ever since I started using Linux in 2018. Yeah, we were, I think I started the channel late 16. We'll kind of talk about that a little bit as we go on here. Pizza. I remember when Pizza came on and didn't have anything going on Linux. And now he's getting pretty big. If you guys haven't followed along, Pizza is doing the official updates for Pine. And that's awesome. That is so cool watching him become such a good YouTuber coming up along the lines as well. Anna Rita, greetings. Just finished closing the home daycare doors, eating dinner, and it's time to relax.
Speaking about the early days, I remember the days when Pizza didn't even show his face.
Yeah, I remember those guys. We're all like, and then he did that one. He did the one video. Pizza, you have the link if you want to jump in. It's on the supporter stream. But he's like, does the face reveal thing, and it's like, boom, there it is. He's like, oh, that's not what I expect he'd look like, but cool. It's awesome. Thanks to October updates from 2018 that gave me blue screens 4 times in Windows 10. Here you go. Hello, Saddle Ridge. Greetings. Been following since 10K. Back in my day. Sleepy Eyes Vince says, too many subs things become very impersonal. That's true at times. Hopefully we don't get that way, but occasionally we can. 50,000. It took me long enough. I know. STL is what got you started in Linux. That's good to hear. That's awesome. So I have a few things I kind of want to talk randomly about. Does anybody on this, Dan or Mark, you guys want to jump on with anything before we start?
If you have a leading line, go for it.
My leading line is, let's go ahead and talk about like where this thing came from. Of course, I was very happily a little web developer using my Windows 7 computer and my Adobe software suite and my Skype and stuff like that, and watching stuff. And then like I start seeing, I forget exactly what the first news article was, and I started seeing like the Windows 10. It's like, Windows 10, man, we're gonna monitor everything and send all this data back. I'm like, no, you ain't. And then I got a Surface Pro 1. I have a Surface Pro 1 back here, and it was one of the it's one of those things that's like, I first saw Windows 8.0 on it. It's like, yeah, I could take it or leave it, right? And then it updates to 8.1, and it's like, we're going to cram. It was called SkyDrive back then. Now, what is it? OneDrive, I think. Microsoft changes things all the time. So they put it in there, and it's like, here's this network-connected folder thing that I couldn't remove from the computer. I'm like, no, I want to remove that crap from my computer. And I couldn't do it. I'm like, all right, this is nonsense. And so I jumped down, and I remembered way back, the very first time I ever looked at Linux, I was selling academic software. I had this computer. It was, I think it was low-end Lenovo maybe, or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. And this thing was built so cheaply. The hard drive was literally screwed into the chassis of the computer. So if you'd slide it across the desk, the whole thing would just crash, put everything in the hard drive. That thing went through 3 hard drives in a week, right? It was like 2-3 months. So I ended up saying, can I run Windows on an external hard drive? And back then, Windows 7, you couldn't. But I'm like, but I keep on hearing this thing about Linux. So I spin up Ubuntu 11.03. I'm like, it kind of works. That's kind of neat, you know? Played with it a little bit, threw it in the desk, didn't think about it for a while because I replaced that computer and didn't need it anything else. But then it came back in that Windows thing. I'm like, I wonder where that Ubuntu disk is. Couldn't find it right away. But I was just able to go on and let me just type it in. Oh, wow, I can download a new one. I'm downloading 16.04. And so I'm playing with Ubuntu, and I really enjoyed it. I was like, man, I could get along with this if the UI was better. I hated the UI.
I did too.
Yeah, and then I was just looking around, and I find Cinnamon. I'm like, Cinnamon, this is exactly what I'm looking for, 100%. And so there it was. I'm like, I found my distro. I found my operating system. We're going to go ahead. And then I just get this crazy idea, like, let's go ahead and do a little channel about it, which was more about a learning experience. I probably have the least Linux experience than most of you guys out there. And the fact of the matter is, my task has always been about privacy. It's always about getting real work done on Linux. Since then, I have a writing channel now. If you guys didn't know, follow my writing stuff, a writing channel called Writing Done Right, where I teach you how to do book formatting and stuff like that, all on Linux. Man, I'm watching movies again because I'm buying movies, and I may or may not be putting them on the central NAS in my system for access on my platforms. But I've learned how to use fun things like tiny Raspberry Pis to build computer networks. It's been such a learning experience. That's awesome. How's it going, Pizza?
I'm doing pretty well, I guess.
All right, all things considering, huh?
If you're going back to the future, whatever you do not go back to 2020.
Don't go to 2020, dude.
Yeah, before I wouldn't go back to 2016, but now I wouldn't go back to 2020.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see. The internet comes to your hands, losing 386 for those days. Let's see. Back in my day, Windows 98 SE made it for Y2K. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, boy. 11.03. Did I say 11.03? That is Ubuntu 11.04. All right. That's kind of my introductory spiel. If you guys want to jump in anytime, just let me know.
Some of the videos that you've made were some of the how-to videos that I found really interesting and got you set up and going, and were kind of fun to play along with. Like, you did a video on VirtualBox, and you've shown how to increase the VirtualBox video memory size for your virtual machine to 256 for the VRAM. And I kind of literally used that video to actually learn how to use VirtualBox more efficiently.
Yeah.
Another one was I kept nagging at you with that Firefox was preventing people to transfer their profile from one Firefox version to another, and you finally made a video on how to make that work.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a little fight.
Now, if I can get you to do that with the Thunderbird mail, that would be even just great.
I'm wondering if those are either resolved or it only causes when you transfer things. Because, of course, I just got rid of Arch Labs and upgraded to Endeavor OS, and I ported Firefox and Thunderbird over with no problem, no loss.
If the version is exactly the same, it will do it. If it's off by a version, like if you're distro hopping and your new distro has the newest version and you didn't upgrade, you're kind of in a mess.
Okay, all right, that's probably the case. Although I do say this week I did make another change. I did finally dump WaterFox off the Media PC because an update in Arch crashed it. An update in Arch somehow killed WaterFox. Not sure. Every page I loaded up, just like whoops, tab crashed. I said, I want to get rid of WaterFox anyway, so I dumped that. I'm using Brave now for that browser.
I got rid of WaterFox and I actually transferred over to Firewolf.
I thought you didn't like Brave.
LibreWolf, and it will take your WaterFox profile just fine and open it up.
I didn't want to do that because I use LibreWolf for more anonymous browsing, clearing cookies and everything, and I actually was using WaterFox for YouTube. So now I'm using Brave for YouTube.
Okay.
I thought you didn't like Brave.
I don't. But I use so many different web browsers. I'm already actively on this computer using Firefox, Chromium, Vivaldi. I was using WaterFox, and there might be more.
Brave.
The WaterFox 2004, their last non-owned by the terrorists issue. That one was starting to get kind of buggy because I noticed there was features in the LibreWolf that came to life after I transferred my profile to the LibreWolf from the year-old WaterFox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were definitely some changes back there. So, yeah,
I'm really excited about Dot Browser. It's not out yet for a stable release. It's still in, I think, alpha, but it's a fork of Firefox with a redesign. It uses Gecko's engine, and it looks really good from what I've seen. They used to have an Electron-based browser with the same name, Dot Browser, but they discontinued it because everyone hates Electron. So so now they're making a new Firefox-based browser, and it looks pretty good. And I'm probably going to try it out when it comes out.
Nice. Let's see. So let's go ahead and look at some of the earliest videos we've ever did. Do we want to see some cringe, guys?
By the way, I think that your screen is frozen to Dan Kelly. On the video.
I have to manually change the videos.
Yeah, I have my camera turned off for the moment because I'm dealing with something else.
Yeah, and Pizza, your real name is on Jitsi, and that might leak out on the stream if you don't change it.
I did a name reveal at 5K.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, we know Pizza's name now. Okay. I wasn't sure. All right. I was like, okay, do I need to hide that? All right. Well, cool.
Yeah, you're good.
I must have missed that video. I do watch your videos.
It wasn't a video. It wasn't a video. It was a community post.
Oh, it was a community post. All right, guys. We want to see the first videos we have. This is getting cringeworthy, by the way. So just cringe warning coming ahead. But and I'm gonna have ads on this, aren't I? Oh wait, hold on. That's right. Let me turn ad blockers and stuff back on this. I had turned those off because we were dealing with testing some things out. Whoa. Okay, man, this is bad. All right, so what we're going to do, let me switch my scene over here. And guys, this is the first video posted to the channel. This is like my very first intro, and it was bad. So I'm kind of talking about who I am and here's my website, web development type stuff. And let me mute the desktop audio for a moment so you guys won't hear my guests for a few minutes either. But oh man, this is like no script, no good microphone. If I remember correctly, I'm using a Skull Candy microphone headphone setup for this, showing my web design site. Do I actually do anything else? No, I don't. That's kind of a lame video. Let me go back to the second one. Let me go to this one here. Why another Linux channel? Oh, wrong button. I pushed the wrong button, folks. This one actually has 806 views. 806 views watch this cringy nonsense. So you can see that hair there. That is actually why I wear a hat now, I can take it out. Yeah, I like wearing the hat better. This is the old office. Actually, this is two apartments ago. That's how long this is. We can see Ubuntu in the background there. And We got, this place was a mess. This was before minimalism as well, so everything's kind of a mess back there. Had the same intro, and I'm going to unmute everybody again. So this one here, I think I recorded this video before I got my iconic Switch to Linux shirt. Nearly every single video on the channel after I think this one here, we used the Switch to Linux shirt. So I know how to use that terminal. But I realize a lot of people
over here with no merch.
Are kind of scared of the terminal.
I think I won this from you.
You might have.
Yeah, I did when you first, when I first joined your channel and started looking at your videos and stuff, you had some kind of contest, and I won this mouse pad, and then after that, I bought the Switch to Linux mug.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm thinking, guys, what do you guys think? This might be the stream where I retire the classic Switch to Linux shirt. What do you guys think?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
No? Well, oh, man. Half the people complain about it. But
man, I got the matching mouse pad.
Yeah, no. I mean, because this one here is not the mouse pad. I mean, I got the mouse pad, too. Look at that. Actually, I have some better mouse pads. Where's it at? I think that's too far away. Maybe I could go get it if we want to watch Cringe for a minute. But I do have a lot of fun merch stuff. If you've never been over there, it's shop.switchtolinux.com. This is like one of the first shirts I did, which is terrible. But there you go. It's just basically a Switch to Linux logo. It's probably too crazy, but it's good. And then, of course, we had
you're the only YouTuber I've ever bought any merch from. Now that I think about it.
That's cool. Thank you.
So that should tell you something.
This guy here is when the contributor code of conduct was a controversy. So
I remember that.
Yeah, this guy here. Actually, this one here is the version that is on the website now is actually different. This one actually says RMRF no preserve root contributor code of conduct #save Linux. And we changed that because originally this was like taken down for quote unquote copyright, because I thought the term contributor covenant code of conduct might be some copyrighted term according to, the lunatic behind all that stuff. It ended up just being like, we took it down because it was mostly just text, and I challenged it and they put it back up. But we also have the newest stuff we have, which is actually over a year old by now, but there we are. The Tinfoil Hat time. Now this is the dark version. Very nice photo there. That was the dark version, and we have a light
that is
version
actually
as well.
very in right now since we have a rover on Mars.
Yeah. So those guys there are available over there at the store at shop.switchtolinux.com. And also, if you do like the kitty, we do have a sub to the cat. The human is crazy. So those are all the things we have. So I was thinking about stopping wearing this shirt and you wear some of the other merch, but apparently you guys are like, no, got to keep wearing the iconic shirt for at least another 50,000 subs. So thank you, Commodore, for that. Super chat. Always appreciate that. Oh boy. So to give you an idea what was going on when we started this channel, Fedora 24 was the version that's out. Pizza, what version of Fedora 24 Fedora is there now?
34.
34
is the next one. We're on 33 and the next one's 34.
All right, so that was a long time. A lot of Fedoras ago. And I did these ones actually on my Mac. I did the old Mac Mini. And there's another big channel right now that bought the Mac Mini off of me. And they're actually running their torrent servers on it. So
is it Techlore?
It is Techlore, yeah.
I just guessed because I know you guys collab a lot.
Yeah, so that's where my Mac Mini went, because I had a friend of mine gave me a MacBook Air, and I only need one Mac in the office, and so got rid of that one, which is good. But we had a lot of VirtualBox tutorials on Mac, and then we did, here we go, we did some before I put thumbnails on anything, here we are. 192 views, guys. Hashtag get this video more views. How to get started with Linux. Let's see what this nonsense looks like. Got to have the classic intro, which I'm not intending on changing anytime soon. So just an FYI. Hi there, welcome back to Switched to Linux. So today we're going to have a look at how you can test out some Linux distributions without having to install anything on your main computer. All right, so I'm using that Skull Candy headphone combination there. Look at that. This is, of course, running the Mac on the background. You can see my Magic Mac keyboard there. I still have that iPad. That's fun. Oh man, I remember that Office. It's crazy. This is primarily important because you don't want to mess up your main computer as you're experimenting. Yeah. So there's getting started. I'm talking about it I got the Mac in the background. Bad camera. This was done, not only was this done with the C920 camera, but it was also done on my laptop. Because I didn't have, at this time, I did not have the, this big production computer that can actually do HD video and stuff like that. And so this is all done on just a $300 laptop on Linux Mint. And so the camera quality is pretty bad and the audio quality is pretty bad. And yeah, anyone that came by and saw this is like, yeah, this channel's got no chance. 0 comments. I mean, hashtag give this video some love. Oh boy. If I can remember where it is, the first video I had that got over 1,000 views was this one. KDE on OpenSUSE. And I was so excited. I used to play Warcraft with my cousin at that time. And I was so excited. Like, I got a video, got over 1,000 views.
Well, that's 1,000 people out in the world that took the time to look at it.
Yeah, and you can see, I mean, it didn't really go anywhere further from here. It had 3,200. All right, so which computer is this one? This is still 3 months before I had a decent computer. And so I'm still probably doing this. I think I'm doing this on the laptop, but I'm not completely sure. I have no idea. Probably one of the older desktop environments. Corner and drag them around. Or if you just hold your mouse still. Oh, you know what? Button.
Back then, did you render your videos and all that with Linux software?
These ones back here were done with OpenShot. So I was using OpenShot before I started learning Kdenlive. And what happened
was pretty rough back then.
Well, somewhere around then, actually, OpenShot was really easy. And then they made a big update, which was going to be like, you're going to have to relearn the software again. I'm like, if I'm going to relearn the software, I'm just going to learn Kdenlive.
OpenShot used to be GTK based and it used to be pretty good, and then they switched it to Qt and it became very, very buggy. And then Kdenlive, and then there's like a 2-year period where there's no good editors for Linux, and then Kdenlive started getting good.
Yeah. All right. So would you guys like to know the video that actually put the channel on the map? Yeah, I gotta find it.
The map maker.
No, it was actually one, sorry guys, but it was actually one critical of Ubuntu. I remember I did it on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I can't remember exactly. But I questioned, is Unity 8 actually going to be a thing? And I said, no, it's not, guys. Unity 8 is not going to be a thing. And I actually was right. There it is. This is the video that actually threw me into algorithms. I believe this is it. Yeah, January 1st, 2017. This is the video that pushed me into algorithms because they really wanted to push this Unity 8, which was a giant mess. You can actually see here, I am actually filming this, pointing a camera at a computer screen. Oh, the cringe! The cringe!
It's like an old OS first time.
Welcome back to Switch to Linux. This is Tom. So we're going to have a quick look at Unity 8 on Ubuntu 17 today. And look at those ratios! 68 up, 93 down! That was ratioed! The reason is...
I mean, to be honest, it's quite good on Ubuntu Touch. Like, as soon as it went out of Canonical's hands, it became good. It went out of Canonical's hands.
Yeah. Finagled system setting thing that is so hilarious because this is cool. what's funny
I
about
was
this?
eating-
There's no Wi-Fi
I
card
was eating supper, and I was
Look
trying to get my
here, and in
virtual-
theory work, but I don't know. I haven't plugged it. So,
You guys,
go, hey
should
Mark,
help
we can
me.
barely hear you, so I didn't even know you were talking. So can you up that volume a little bit more?
Yes, I will.
All right.
Bear with me one sec. I gotta.
All right. But this video here is the video that started throwing me into algorithms. So that's good. Of course, if you came to my channel being like, this guy's a Linux guy, I've actually always been a privacy guy. And for evidence of that, still one of my most enduring videos, Windows 10 privacy pushed me to Linux. This is episode 1 of Tinfoil Hat time. Look at the old
hello.
intro.
Do you think that Big Brother is watching? Or that the Illuminati is planning to take over the world? Have you happened to have an encounter with a space alien today? Well, if the answer to those questions is yes,
I remember
then
this.
grab your hat. This is Tinfoil Hat time.
That's right. Then we always did those live. Like, I recorded those in a single take, so each one's going to be slightly different.
Welcome back.
And
Switched
now
to
we're
Linux.
coming over here,
This-
and this was the very first episode of the Tinfoil Hat time.
Is Tinfoil Hat time. So Tinfoil Hat time is my place to discuss...
Yeah, then we used to do it after a while. We used to do a supporter stream with tinfoil hats.
Yeah, every now and again we would. Of course, the new tinfoil hat is hanging right on the wall back there. And
Yeah,
I
you
am
had
actually...
buffed and polished.
Yeah, I am actually working on one right now. I'm collecting resources. So we actually have a place on the Discord server for it. Right now, we are looking for any articles where a person is required to sign up for some type of software as part of something that they are doing. So if anybody knows of any such thing, then go ahead and leave that on the Discord server, or shoot me an email if you're not on Discord, and we'll go ahead and do that. But yeah, this was... the first ever tinfoil hat time, and still recording it with that old crappy microphone there. So that's how it started, guys.
If you're going to make tinfoil hats part of your routine, you ought to put some in the merch store with a little Linux switch to Linux thing in the top.
So like, put what? Tinfoil hats?
Yeah, in your merch store.
Yeah,
just like the one you got behind you.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that because I have to go with what the distributor has available, and they just don't have tinfoil hats. Although they might have baseball caps at this point. They might.
Yeah, baseball
they do.
caps are a common thing that gets shuffled around for free these days.
Yeah, I should see if I could get one. Stop wearing the forensics hat. Get a switch to Linux hat. That'd be fun.
Okay, how's that audio?
That's a little bit better, Mark. Go ahead.
Okay, one sec. Go ahead and talk for a minute.
I'm going to check in on comments. Let's see. Skull Candy Junk. Yeah, those are the headphones that just broke on a supporter stream maybe about a month or so ago. End up not having to buy any more because I had these ones back in the closet. They're not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see. Someone's pinging me over there on live chat. The video stream is stuttering at times. Audio's always smooth. Not sure if streaming YouTube. I think it's my internet's doing funky stuff. Yeah, I saw OBS. It didn't die out. It just went low.
Okay.
So yeah.
Thanks, Comcast.
I don't know why it's so
Yeah.
low. Sometimes in Windows it gets really low, but for whatever reason,
It
It's
sounds
like
better
it-
for me.
capped or something. Okay,
What?
so it sounds better.
Yep.
Okay, well I guess that's okay, and it's clear. It's not choppy or it's not staticky or anything.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Okay, we're good. Carry
No,
on,
John
I'm sorry.
Smith. I never dyed my hair. I've never dyed my hair in my life.
I'm such a wild card.
But it did look like a zombie. I'll agree with that. Chair looks so new in the old videos. Yes, it did. Look at that. Look at the new chair, guys. Let me put that back on there. Look at the new chair. Woo! Look at the chair. It's awesome. Now
Big
the cat's
difference.
over here like, yeah, it's
Yep.
mine. Human is definitely crazy. That's why you love you. I know. I love you too. Let's see. Anyone know of a good Linux distro for mid-2012 MacBook Pro? Ooh, that's getting old.
Elementary.
I don't know though. Is elementary going to work on something that old?
I mean,
That's
if it
gonna be
can
a
run
little
on a
start.
Pinebook Pro now, I'm sure it could run on.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Try elementary then. Do not change the intro. Yeah, I have no intention of changing the intro. I know a couple people really wanted me to over the years, but no, it's iconic. I like it. I have no interest in changing the intro at this point. And I can't even tweak it because I actually lost the original Blender files in one of my early computer crashes, which is sad. But I lost the Blender files. In fact, I lost that. I ended up extracting that from one of the videos that I have on the channel. You remember the bookshelf studio? Oh, I know. Oh, like this is the old bookshelf studio. This is actually the apartment I was in when I first started the channel, which I moved out of that about, I think about maybe not quite a year later. I think, actually, no, right about a year later. I moved out. So I actually started doing the videos back in probably about August or so, 2016, but I never pushed anything live until I had like 10 good videos. And so that's kind of what I did. I think I managed to boot up. Let's see. Search still exists at the top right. Yeah. Remember Windows. Unity 8. Eek. Yeah. Yeah, UbiPorts did good on Unity 8, but Canonical never quite got it to work.
I don't know why everything's backwards, but whatever.
Yeah.
On my virtual cam. I was gonna say, this channel has a special place in my heart because you're one of the, here in the last few years and everything, as I've been, working hard on my business and everything, or side hustle, whatever you want to call it. You guys have given me an escape and a group of friends that I can rely on to connect with regularly. My friends from high school and everything, I've been out of high school for so long, have kind of went on, and everybody is either married with kids or, working all the time. I'm
Yeah,
working
that
all the
happens.
time.
That's a common thing.
Yeah. So it's nice to be able, I'm glad that I met all of you on the panel here, and it's nice to be able to just relax at the end of the day and talk about things that really, this is the type of stuff I can't talk about with my best friends and stuff that I, here locally. I just can't. People are not going to be into it, or it's just not. I don't have anybody to share tech with. Do you guys feel like that sometimes?
Oh, I would
So I
never
share it
bring
with
up
you.
a subject about Linux at a party. It just turns everybody off.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends on where you go. I mean, where I have my Bible study. The one guy sells mainframes. The guy that runs it sells mainframes. The son's in school for like computer security. So Linux is always popular there. Oh man, dude, I just found. We gotta watch this one. The channel update. 100 subscribers.
When was that uploaded?
Hold on. Let me get the date. January 11th, 2017. I do remember that. Was it 100 or was it 1,000? I think. I was like watching the phone. It was close. And I kept on refreshing.
January 2017.
17. Yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah, that puts me right in the ballpark area, almost when I met you within a few months.
Yeah. All right. Here. Are we ready? Are we ready? Let's go and watch a few minutes of this at least. Welcome back to Switch to Linux. So this is a very special episode today. Today I crossed 100 subscribers, which is not a lot on YouTube for a lot of the big channels, but it is a huge milestone because 6 months ago, I want to say it was about 6 months ago or so, is when I got the idea of doing a channel on Switch to Linux. And it was actually about 3 months ago that the channel actually launched publicly. I spent about 3 months thinking about what I wanted to do, developing a little bit of a plan. putting together a website, and then recording some basic videos, some basic tips, tricks, and tutorials, which I might actually want to go back through and redo some of those now that I have a lot better equipment.
Never got around to
back
that.
in that day, I was not able to do things with quite as good of equipment. I've added things like a microphone, so I get much better audio now than I did with my old, I think I used this guy here was one of my early headphones. Or one of my early mics. It's just a $10 Skull Candy system, which actually worked pretty well. But nevertheless, I did want to get a
Samsung
professional
phone.
microphone
Yeah,
here.
the
And actually,
Samsung
I have
phone in
a
the background.
stand for this on the way, so pretty soon you'll actually have a lot better audio.
So the stand right now is actually holding up one of my studio lights. So I have two, like the upgrades we did with just in the last couple months. Actually, now I have two full professional studio lights. We're running on a DSLR, on an HD capture card. We have an Audio Technical mic, Audio Technica. Sorry. And then of course we got the nice ambient light generator that I did remember to charge. So we had light today. That was good. And just bringing up the quality like quite a bit. And of course now we're like, the cool thing about Linux, we're actually recording this on my own Jitsi server, which is epic, so that's good. But yeah, 100 subs, guys. Let's
Yeah,
see
you
else I
do
have
what
to
look
say.
really lit up.
Yeah,
Maybe you need to get a makeup person so you can get powdered before you go on.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but the cat said meow and walked away,
I can talk directly into it without picking up some ambient office noise. So we're also working on increasing the quality. I'm still going to be using the Logitech
That's Debian 8 running in the
C920
background
camera
of
to
that
do
video.
the majority of my recording for now.
Wow.
Although I do want to get, I am working on a few different things. One thing that I'm going to be
Yeah,
working
I think
on
I
that I'm
started
very excited
watching
about.
your
I
channel
can't-
in around September or October of 2017.
All right, so
'Cause-
this is a few months before that, yeah.
Yeah, I think I subbed to you before 1,000, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I'll go. I bet I did 1,000. So we'll see if we can find 1,000. Let's see what type of projects I'm getting into. We got some projects here. Hold on.
I'll pick it up right now. I'm working on building a new computer, which is specifically dedicated to doing videos. The
don't
idea
even have
is
the
with the
good
new
computer
computer,
yet.
I've already done some very early testing, and I should be able to get actual recording at 1080p. Right now, my videos are in HD. I'm upscaling them to 1080p, but I'm actually recording them in 720 as far as the
It hates me.
Are you on Windows or Linux?
Well, there you go. Right now I'm on Windows because I kind of...
Yeah, no, it should work fine. I'm actually surprised it's not.
Okay, pro tip for Jitsi, it is super buggy on Firefox. Like, it's a
Yeah,
lot more usable
Yeah,
on Chrome.
if you are on Firefox, it's switch to something else because that's actually in the Jitsi release.
You have to use a Chrome-based browser. I use Vivaldi, and I use that for this kind of stuff only. I don't browse on it.
All right, let me go back to see what else I'm doing here.
camera is concerned. Screen share is 1080 is working. So the computer I'm working on right now is
just
a
find your
laptop
happy
Dell
place and enjoy the
Inspiron.
stream,
It is an
Marcus.
iCore 5. I want to say it's a 4th or 5th generation. I can't remember iCore 5.
like Happy
And I did
Gilmore.
put 8 gigs of RAM in here. I think this computer can take up to 16 if I remember, but I have 8 gigs in there, and that's sufficient for me right now. What I am
This
building
channel
is a
valuable.
beast
You
that
covered-
should be able to handle all the 1080p recording
it really
while running
is,
virtual
should be a
machines.
juggernaut.
Because I still
It's a
do plan on
shame it
doing a
isn't
lot
larger
of
than
distro
what it
reviews,
is.
and virtual
I
boxes
can't
is a
hear
good.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking.
No,
Linux
that's
is
because
the-
I'm running some videos. All right. Yeah, so 100 subs, man, that's epic. That's what we got going
Yeah,
on.
Linux is a really small niche. I feel like when you grow big enough, it becomes a lot harder to grow, and it's basically just
Yeah.
new Linux users at that point.
It,
got
it
pros and-
plateaus, doesn't it?
Pros and cons of Zorin. Let's see. Solace. Oh, wow, look at this. 4 years ago is when I did the Open Media Vault. So the Open Media Vault computer is that I built right there is actually on the floor behind me right now because I'm not actually using it right now. I actually just switched that last week. I switched that to a Raspberry Pi, and the only thing that was holding up the video on that, I have a whole video coming out on that, and the only thing that was holding up is I was waiting to get this case, which just came in the mail today.
This guy is solid aluminum. And what it does is it merges right down there to the processor and turns the whole Raspberry Pi into a giant heat sink. So it's completely passive cooling. And the guys that were testing out this case on, stress testing it, were never able to get the processor up above like 60 degrees or something, which was quite shocking because it's all just one giant heat sink. So that's all I was waiting for, so I can finish up that video here in the next week and get it all edited and out. But Open Media Vault video that I first did 4 years ago, that Open Media Vault worked flawlessly for 4 years. I would keep using it, except I'm just working on cutting my power resources down. And so I did one based on the Raspberry Pi instead. But man, that's epic. Oh, here's one of the early kitty videos. Look at the kitty.
That Raspberry Pi case looks like if Apple designed that Raspberry Pi.
Yeah. We had, I don't know where the kitty is in that one. Creating and connecting to your own home VPN. That's another really old one.
There's your Samson Media mic.
Yeah.
I think the Solus review, that's the oldest review I remember watching live. I remember he had a bunch of issues with like random apps not working.
Yeah.
Solus GNOME, right? I think he used GNOME instead of Budgie.
You remember the Solus 4.999 thing?
Yeah. 4.9 repeating.
Solus 4.0 was the most disappointed I've ever been for a Linux distro release. They were like, oh, we're going to release Budgie 11. It's going to be Qt based instead of GTK. We're going to have a custom software center. We're going to have a bunch of crazy new stuff. And then it's just a Solus 3 with a theme.
Yeah. There we go. There's some theming stuff. Oh, this is what started the old Outdoor Philosophy series. So I did for a while. I did Outdoor Philosophy series. I did it for about a year, and then I moved it to the Christian channel. If you didn't know, I have a Christian channel as well. And then I actually just stopped doing it because it just didn't really tie in. But I actually did it because I got into doing these distro reviews, and then we go out and I distro reviewed Windows 98. So here you go. Here's me in a park. This park was actually the neighborhood where I grew up in, and we used to play in this park. Of course, back then it had grass. The shack wasn't dilapidated. They didn't have concrete blocks. And I'm actually standing on an old defunct tennis court that has a tree growing out in the middle of it now. But over here, I start.
So here you
doing
can
a
see
tutorial
I've
on
installed Windows 98 on a virtual box. If you want to get this working on
Oh, that was fun though. And then of course here I showed the parks. This is the old park I grew up playing in. And then of course the next day we got the idea, let's do another one on Windows 10. So that was fun.
Wait, so you're running Windows 98 on a laptop or something?
It was on a virtual box.
Oh, a virtual box on a laptop, or was it like B-roll?
Yeah. No, it was VirtualBox on a laptop. That was all done on the same computer at the same time.
VirtualBox on a cracker.
I agree with you on Solus. They really hyped up Solus 4 years ago. Well, how long has it been since Solus 4 came out?
So,
Solus.
I think it came out in like 2019, if I'm correct.
I'm having
it was so hyped up, and then it was such a disappointment.
Yeah, I'm having a couple of internet
I used to love
hiccups
Solus,
again,
but
so.
it actually got to where it was buggy.
Yeah, it used to be the most stable rolling release there was.
Yeah.
Now that's tumbleweed, but it used to be just the greatest. It used to be very rock solid, stable, modern, and they were going in a really good direction. And then that guy, the guy who ran it, Ike DeHorty, he stepped down, and the project did like a 180. It started becoming pretty bad, and then the final straw came when they started banning libhandy. So they refused to package any application at all that uses libhandy, and libhandy. Pretty much every GNOME app uses libhandy now. So they started rolling back and keeping all of the GNOME apps on versions that don't have libhandy. And their reasoning is Solus is not a mobile distro, so we don't need libhandy. When a lot of desktop apps depend on it now. And they say that we don't need mobile components on a desktop, and then they ship Electron apps.
I understand the thought process about it being a desktop OS first, and although I respect where they're coming from, it was the wrong decision, because if everything's baked in now and uses libhandy, at some point you got to support libhandy, because they're pulling. Well, I know they're an independent distro from scratch, so that puts them in a unique position. They're not having to pull upstream from or downstream from Ubuntu.
So,
yeah, I'm pretty sure one of the devs just had a personal vendetta with purism and refused to ship it.
That's possible.
Yeah.
This video here, this is actually talking about the YouTube ad debacle, and you can see here from the video clip here, I went gangsta. So, wearing my hat backwards. This is actually the old hat, too. This was the outdoor hat I wear now is a Rocky Gap hat. Little place. It was it was a golf resort down in Maryland. I believe it's now a casino resort in Maryland because that's now legal. I got the hat well before casinos were legal down there. But this was the old Pennsylvania Grand Canyon hat before it started to die out. We're talking about the YouTube ad debunkle, and you can see here, man, I just went gangsta in this one.
Super rapper.
Yeah, here you go. The scam hunter. This is a scammer called. If I remember correctly, I think that this video here. What happened is I was actually getting ready to record a video, and I was sound testing and video testing, and right then the phone rang, and it was a scammer. And so, if I remember correctly, I picked up the phone. I just hit record and picked up the phone, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that video was amazing. I'd like to see more of those.
I'm 35 or older.
Please bring that series back. It's a really awesome series.
Outdoor Philosophy, yeah, it was pretty good.
No, this is not Outdoor
Hey,
Philosophy.
Tony,
This
how
is
are you?
Scam Hunter. The thing is, it's like there's scam hunters that will actively seek them, and I'm not into actively seeking somebody. But when they call me up and I'm ready to record, oh yeah, baby, we're having fun. So,
I don't think I've ever seen one of those videos yet.
yeah, I have a few of them. So here,
No wonder there's just three.
Go ahead and link this one. Let's see, copy link location. We're gonna go ahead and drop that guy in the chat there. That's the old scam hunter. I only got 1,000 views on that one.
There was a guy on YouTube that put on a granny's wig and stuff like that and took scammers. And they were mostly scammers where the scammers wanted them to go out buy Amazon cards or Google cards.
This one here, I think, is the one that they called me when I was doing the sound test. So this one here, I think this might have been the one.
Thank you for choosing Marriott Hotel. We would like to inform you that your confirmation number was drawn and you are entitled to receive a complimentary stay. To accept.
Wait, wasn't there several of them?
Yeah, there were a few.
Marriott hotels. I get them all the time.
I'm over 30.
Yeah.
It goes really right with your background, like you're in Hawaii or something, staying at a Marriott hotel.
I know. So I did that one. I had a few of those. So there's a tinfoil hat time. Oh, this one. I remember this one. We had a tornado come through town and knock out power for a few days. So I did a, are you prepared for an emergency? The only time I ever record a video on my phone. Or did I do it on my phone? I can't remember. But there was no power, and like we were out of power I think I was out of power for about 36 hours. Across the street, they were out of power for 4 days. So, a little thing about preparing for emergencies and things. Oh, should preteens own smartphones? That was a live debate we had with less than 300 viewers.
I think they should. I think most teens should be monitored if they have a smartphone.
Yeah, I agree with
But
that.
not me. But not me.
Not you, not you. You're the exception to the rule.
Yeah, I'm the one exception.
I should not see the government's monitoring everybody.
Yeah, see, you're being monitored. All those kids are being monitored.
Yeah, I meant by their parents.
Oh, okay. By someone that actually knows and cares about them, you mean. Gotcha. All right, let me check in on comments because we're coming up right on 8 o'clock and we could be doing about this all day, but let's see. No 4K intro future in the possible. Probably not, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll cross that road when it comes to it. Love the bookshelf curse moment. I remember people freaking out like me with OCD. Oh, the diplomas were not straight. Yeah. Try placing your camera in Australia. Wait, never mind. Wrong orientation.
Tinfoil Hat time was probably
Wonky
my
bookcase.
all-time favorite.
So yeah, the wonky bookcase is over here. Of course, I built a good, clean studio behind me. So I'm doing podcasts right now. So I'm interviewing Christian authors right now for a podcast channel connected to my publishing group. And then, of course, we record a few other different channels. Of course, in the more Christian stuff, I take down the picture of Bill Gates. That is behind me, by the way. If you've never focused on the picture, that is Bill Gates, George Soros, and Rothschild chilling out together. I take down the space alien, the conspiracy type stuff. I take that down. That's stuff for you guys. That's not for the other stuff. I replaced that with a picture of an eagle, and I put books up on the shelf, Still modify the studio slightly. But yes, the wonky bookcase is just over there. Let's see. You should find the video by Baby Wogue referenced once. Yeah, I don't know which video that was, but I know it was a bad hair day, for sure. Watching will feel miserable because of something flu-like. Uh-oh. You might have the coof, Peter. Go get tested for the coof. Or don't, one of the two. 40's become the norm, yeah.
Somebody told me you get stuck with a real hefty bill if you get the coof and you got to go to the hospital.
I don't know why you get stuck with a bill. The hospital gets a fun payout from the government. They get like...
Yeah, that's what I tried to argue the case of, and then they turned around and said, no, we got a big hairy bill for it.
Well, the hospital's going to get big payments from you and from the government, so... let's see. When I have to do Zoom calls for work, I use a $2 Logitech Rock Band USB mic, and it works really well. Yeah, there you go. It works. Don't look a day over 14. All right. Let's see. Work for nonprofit for seniors. The only times I've ever been able to talk to people offline about Linux is when I'm switching them over from Windows and Apple. Let's see. I have 8 gigs of DDR3 in the ThinkPad I'm on at the moment. There you go. 8 gigs of RAM now. Yeah. I think this computer I put 6. Do I have 16? Yeah, I think I have 16. Or do I have 8? Or I don't know. I think I have 16 in this one. I forget. Yeah, I have 16 in this one. I had 32 in the previous one. I only put 16 in this one. CJ makes a first appearance. That's right. Kitty wasn't on many videos back then. No, the Kitty wasn't ever on the videos until he just started interjecting himself into the videos. And I'm like, fine, Cat, you can be on the video. And then all of a sudden, the channel blows up because everyone wants the Kitty on the video. Had used Google Hangouts with those in the past, yeah. Do you stream on Twitch too? Not right now. Like, I have a Twitch account, but I don't stream over there on it. I really don't do much with it.
Yeah, I feel like Twitch really only works if you're doing gaming. Like, a lot of basically any other channel type. Like, I streamed once on Twitch and got 0 views the whole time, and I can even find my own stream on Twitch without the link.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the challenges. If you already have a community, you can, but there's also a lot of restrictions on using Twitch. Like, I can't, even if I were using a restreaming service, I couldn't restream to Twitch monetize that and YouTube and monetize or anything else. If you use Twitch for any form of monetization, you are not allowed by their terms of service to monetize anything else. It has to be exclusive to Twitch. And then there's just some other weird abusive things they can do as well.
I think you can monetize like YouTube videos, but you can't monetize YouTube live streams, and so you can't even stream to YouTube if you have. I think it's just exclusive just for streaming if you're partnered.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I do anything over there, I won't partner on Twitch because I don't even understand the ideas like I'm going to pay for biddies, and it's like I don't even want to think about the consequences of that. Okay. It's kind of like there's going to be an article in the Weekly News Roundup this week where one of the loot box cases was settled, and the payment people are receiving as a result of being wronged is like digital currency. It's like, thank you for paying me in fake money. It's like, I think I'll go buy a fake veggie burger with it, you know? Okay, yeah, I got down to the bottom of the comments over there. We got a couple over here. Congrats from Not Gary. Over on Discord, small changing videos, screen in the lower right corner of the screen, then back is actually disrupting. Maybe it's a picture changing something. Last week I didn't need a CPU fan. Yeah, the Scammer Hunter stuff. Yeah, there's some. I've done a couple of those. I don't actively seek them out.
Sorry about that.
Let's see. Are they working on? They are working on live streaming. Yeah, there's some other live streaming channels out there as well to investigate as well. And I'm thinking maybe 3 to 6 months I'll reinvestigate Odyssey. I think they probably have cleaned things up a little bit over there. It's just
they definitely have. It's like, I mean, there's still some stuff that's obviously conspiracy theories, but what's interesting is they're from both parties now, not just one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about that. You know, I care about their corporate culture. Are they going to be email me smutty crap in my inbox? Emails. Good.
They actually got rid of it because of your video about it.
Bonus! Yeah. Well,
because their announcement about it links your video.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Can you shoot that to me? That'd be epic. I'd love to see that.
They have a setting in Library, and I believe in Odyssey too, of course, because it's basically the same UI. It's just different branding is all it is.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's just different branding. They have a setting to hide mature content.
That's not true. Odyssey's like the more experimental branch, so it has more features, but that aren't fully tested.
Okay.
It's like think of LBRY like Debian stable, and an Odyssey like Debian testing.
Yeah, I like Library. I like their original.
Yeah, I mean, I'll like I said, I'll look into them again in a little while, but little soon yet. One of your old videos had part of the screen constantly changing the image, not your current setup. Yeah, the old way of doing some videos was a little crazy, so we'll see. Anyway, well, we are past 8, and so we want to jump off this one. Thanks, everybody, for jumping around. Let's see if by some odd chance we didn't shoot over that 50,000 mark. If not, it'll be like this weekend or something.
Sorry I was so late today, Tom, and I just kind of screwed.
I remember...
I'm 16 off. If you're watching this and you're not subbed already, hit that sub button, guys. I'm 16 off, man.
If you're out there and you have not subscribed yet, if you're somewhere out there.
I remember when I live streamed at 997 subs to celebrate 1,000, and then I got to 1,000, and then like a couple seconds later, like 3 people unsubscribed, and I was back at square one.
Well, that's a kick in the face. All right. We will, of course, be streaming on the Christian channel if you're into that type of content. If not, don't worry about it. But we are continuing our discussion on Hebrews. So I will drop the link for that in the comments here if you want to come on over to that. Otherwise, let's see. Let's do our final words. Mark, I'm going to give you your final words.
I love a good Calvinist. You can't help but to love Tom. He doesn't push his religion down anybody's throat. It's so refreshing. I was just
Yeah,
gonna
well,
say
you
thanks
know.
to everybody for showing up and hanging out with us. And no, I mean that genuinely. I wasn't actually being facetious at all. I mean it literally. But thanks for hanging out, and you can check me out at Yates Networks and also America's Finest. I have covers that I'm doing. Check me out at America's Finest. I have some newish content up from there.
All right.
Cover songs. Yep.
Pizza, you're up. And Invincible, any creature morph says that you do kind of look like Gardner. So, just I don't know if anybody's told you that before. And you're muted, by the way, but you get your final words.
Wait, I look like Gardner or someone else?
No,
I
no,
do
you.
not.
That's what any creature morph says. So.
How do I look like him? I
think
nothing like him.
you guys are both have red hair. I think.
He has red hair? I've never even noticed.
Yeah. His might be blonder, I guess. Maybe it's
Yeah.
just the fact you both wear similar headphones or something. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of Gardner stuff, so.
Anyways, my final words. Congrats on 50K. It's going to be cool to see you get to 100K. And yeah.
Well, we're gonna try. We're gonna try and do some fun channel changes, and I want to get better quality stuff up rather than talking head only type stuff. But we'll see what happens. Dan, final words.
Congratulations on the 50K subscribe list. Do your best to make it to 100.
All right.
And keep the Linux videos and the privacy videos and all that. Keep them on rolling too.
Absolutely, will do. And I just want to thank everybody here, not just the supporters especially, because you guys actually help pay the bills and keep things going, but also just everybody else who watches the videos as well. Because we wouldn't get to the subs without you guys, and I deeply appreciate that. We do have, by the way, some merch. We already showed them earlier on. We got some tinfoil hatty stuff. Or shop.switchedtolinux.com. There's that. There's cats and basic logos, a bunch of other fun stuff over there. I do have some stuff also that says "Switch to Linux, you fool." So you can have a look over there. But we will be over on the other channel tonight here in about 1 hour. You can jump on over there. I put the link for that in the comments or in the live chat there. So go ahead and follow up over there. And we will see you guys tomorrow for the weekly news roundup.